Welcome everyone to our Too Posh podcast. I'm here with my beautiful co-hosts, my daughter Marcella.
Hello.
And beautiful Whitley.
Hi.
My son's girlfriend and our special guest today, Leighton Fields.
How's it going?
Who is
Hello.
a amazing singer and musician, and we're
Stop
very excited to have you.
Already blushing.
And hi, Spider.
Hello.
What we will do this hour first, and then we'll get to know you way better.
Let's do it.
We're gonna just talk about some things. We haven't seen each other in like over a week, so we have a lot of things going on. And I want to start with Marcella. You looking gorgeous with your mermaid hair.
Yeah, I got that today.
Mermaid hair by Katie Rogers, who is gonna come on our podcast too and tell us about how she built her empire. And
Yeah, she told me today she has 17 employees. So she's doing
Unbelievable.
really well. She's been open since July. I was like, I feel like you've been open like a year already.
yeah,
And they're really busy. I told her I was proud of her.
yeah,
So it's
very
good.
proud. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable what she has done.
I want her hair.
You'll
Yeah.
get it, Whitley.
Yes, you will.
Marcella, you tell us first really quickly about your experience. You had another underwater photo shoot.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I
Mermaid
forgot.
kind of photo shoot in Houston.
We drove to Houston again, and this time I put my point shoes on. Well, they were Jolie's because I couldn't find my box of point shoes. And the wood, like I felt them the other day in the laundry room, like they're like crunched. No one's gonna get a foot in there
No.
anymore. Yeah.
Once
So-
you put point shoes in water, they're wood. They're
Yeah,
done. You'll
done.
never use them again.
Bye.
Wow.
So I danced underwater. This time for a lot longer. I felt blind after. I thought I was going blind from chlorine. I think all the pictures are cool. I need to ask Justin Price for more pictures. I only saw like 5. So
Yeah, it's pretty an amazing thing. And what's even more amazing is this secretive person.
how it works. Yeah.
Huh.
So it's a guy, I guess, who's very wealthy. I don't know him. Nobody has ever met him. The photographer
No one
has
has
never
seen
met
him.
him. He sends pictures of certain girls that he wants underwater, and he approves them, and then he pays me directly. I don't know him.
What?
Yeah, it's
So
really.
crazy.
Good guy to have.
Yeah.
On the line.
Good job.
I don't talk to him other than when I do an underwater shoot, and I guess he just wants.
To help. Justin said he just really likes to help young girls and financially, but he wants them to work for it. And then he uses the best pictures. I guess he prints them and puts them as art in his home.
Right. And you have burning eyes for a couple of days afterwards.
It sounds like another episode we did, the sugar baby episode.
Yeah, no joke.
And I am not a sugar baby
You
at
got
all.
off way easier though.
I did. I was underwater lovingly by myself, not
important.
with another guy.
Not wiping asses.
No, I didn't have to do anything sexual whatsoever. So that's
And
good.
I was there, and so was Jolie.
yeah. So
Yeah.
nothing happened.
We're like her little
Yeah,
entourage. We take her with all the time.
yeah.
So that was really fun. And then Whitley went back home. Whitley is like the best soul in the world. Like she drives all these hours to her hometown
14,
to
you know.
Rockport
Wow.
all the time.
Whoa.
All the time.
Well, 7 there and back.
On
not 14.
purpose?
Well,
Yeah.
purpose. Like anytime her family needs something, Whitley is there. She's just
Wow.
that. I mean, she'll do anything for anyone, and then especially when it's her family. She's
That's
just
really cool.
so good. Yes, you should have a halo, truly. But her mom had surgery, and
Yeah.
you took care of her, and we're glad to hear she's doing well.
Yeah. It was fun.
That's
I'm
so
glad I went.
exciting.
As fun as it can be. you
Right.
know.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm going to talk about my trip to California and so many things that happened while I was there in a minute. But first, I wanted to talk about something that is very, very, very important and very personal to us. But just today, we heard that Demi Lovato's overdose was caused by drugs that were laced with fentanyl. Again, this keeps coming up over and over and over. And I guess her drug dealer that she called to come to the house after a party went to the house, gave them all the drugs. The stuff that they took, they smoked it on aluminum foil, I guess. It was laced with fentanyl.
It'd be heroin.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
And when she had trouble breathing, big shock, the drug dealer ran out of the house, didn't help, just ran away.
Oh my
And
gosh.
then her entourage found her and saved her life. Well, it's just been a year that our friend Keith passed away. We're thinking from the same. This week, just a few days ago, Nicolette, our personal family friend who did shows 12 and 13, and the boyfriend she talks about that she was doing drugs with and almost died so many times, he actually passed away a couple of days ago.
Can you believe that, Spider?
It's pretty crazy.
It's
Right?
unbelievable. I couldn't believe when
That's
I
wild.
saw it. And he was 24 years old.
Oh, damn.
Just his funeral is this Saturday. I mean, this is incredibly unreal. And I personally, as a parent, I think everyone that listens to this needs to go listen to Nicolette's shows, episode 12 and 13, because she's so honest about how she talks about how this happens, how it starts, how the parents are not believing it, how they don't think this is happening. I think everyone needs to know and needs to face it. And then her ex-boyfriend, who just passed away, his mom posted that, I mean, she's like appealing and pleading to people that there is an organization that is called Face the Music, and whose mission is to raise awareness and understanding about addiction, provide the means for struggling addicts to get clean and sober, and to help newly recovering addicts develop the tools to maintain long-term recovery. And I guess her son was very involved with that organization, but I mean, he still passed away. So there is a rally coming up for a federal response to the opioid epidemic. Opioids are narcotic painkillers and heroin. And this rally is called Fed Up. And I think that this whole fentanyl also killed Prince. Killed,
Scary.
what's that rapper that just died? The little, let me think really quick.
That's like most rappers' little
The
song.
tinted.
Didn't narrow that down.
No, he
Oh, the
got
XXX
shot.
one?
Little
Oh.
Peep.
Oh, yeah, Little
Ew.
Peep.
Yeah.
That's
Little
right.
Peep.
That's
I don't think I know who that is, actually.
I don't. Yeah.
he's like all tattooed, but still same. It's the same powerful prescription. This fentanyl stuff is killing everyone. It's so darn scary.
I do feel like you're hearing it a lot more.
They're using
Yeah.
it to as the death penalty in like Nebraska or something like that. I
Stop
heard the other
it.
day. Yeah,
What?
that's how the drug they're using to kill people.
Are you
What?
serious? That's what they get.
Oh, like the lethal injection is fentanyl?
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska just trying to send you out with a party, I guess. I don't know, that's wild.
God, that's
That's
wild.
crazy.
See, this is the. That's
yeah.
Fed
Oh,
Up.
cool.
That's what that looks like.
Well, and then Bethany Frankel from Real Housewives of New York.
Boyfriend, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a same opioid thing. So everyone is like,
Well, they said that he took stuff and then, well, I was reading about it, and that he like didn't feel well, and he asked his assistant to go get him Narcan. Is that how you say it? And then when she left and came back, it was like
he
too
died.
late.
His heart couldn't handle the dose he took. I read it was too much.
That's a shame.
But this Fed Up, I just thought this was very interesting to know, and like I feel like everyone needs to know about this. But this coalition was formed in 2012 when several organizations from across the country joined forces, and what brought us together was our shared concern that the federal government was failing to stem the rising tide of opioid addiction and overdose deaths. We were especially frustrated with the failure of FDA to correct the mistake in the Controlled Substances Act, which misclassifies drugs containing hydrocodone, etc. I mean, this is just, I am so scared. I still have a 14-year-old to raise. I know you have a niece. I am scared for all my friends' children that are like going into high school and college. And I mean, this is crazy. Like you told me there was someone that got Xanax and took it for the first time, and it was laced with fentanyl, and they died too. Like taking it once, one time. This is crazy.
Well, I think it's scary because you have to know that it's not like people under like a bridge, like doing drugs. This
Right.
is like, it can happen
Anyone.
Yeah.
anywhere.
Anyone. it is just very, very scary to me. I don't know. I can't.
That's rough. Also, and I may be out of line by saying this,
No,
but
you're never.
maybe, free country for sure, but maybe don't do heroin at all.
Maybe. Let's try.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this
just
That's an easy way to
that's
avoid
just
it.
my thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a good start.
But see, Nicolette's story, like episodes 12 and 13, I'm always going back to it because it's goes back to what she even said, started smoking pot very early. And then now is this whole, I mean, I'm a big believer in no drugs at all. So I feel like when you have all these young kids and they start smoking pot and then they get bored with that, of course they're going to do something else.
Progress to the next one,
yeah. And
Gateway or whatever.
yeah. And it's like, I mean, I'm like, how about don't do any drugs at all? And not even, I mean.
Well, the other thing, though, is, too, you hear about a lot of people who were prescribed something for
Painkillers,
pain.
yeah.
So that is another issue. Like somebody was prescribed for like an accident, and then they're
Frankie.
yeah,
His
that's true.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where you prescribe something because of something. I mean, these are just normal people who've never maybe done a drug.
Right.
So it's not always just the kids that are smoking pot first.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you have to be really aware. Like, I think you said when you were prescribed Xanax for the first time, and then there's a lot of people who take stuff after surgery, and you have to just like be aware, like, okay, now I
Yeah.
need to like throw that away.
Yeah.
You don't need to take the full bottle.
Yeah, I was 24 years old when I was prescribed Xanax. I had no idea what it was, and I'm not an addictive personality with anything. And I had to take it because I couldn't figure out why I was so anxious all the time. And after 2 weeks, I didn't even take the full dose that they told me. After 2 weeks, I was like, whoa, I'm having a hard time not taking
Wow.
this. But I mean, I'm always thinking if it's an addictive personality, so many people have it, I think you can get addicted in 2 weeks, easy.
They
It's
say.
very
Yeah,
scary.
And addicted to anything. It doesn't have to
Yes.
be drugs at all.
True.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
true.
It's true. Gosh, so
That's
scary.
pretty scary.
Yeah. Just wanted to make everyone aware that this is happening. I really want a lot of parents listen to episodes 12 and 13. Really, really, really listen.
Her
Really
story,
close up.
Nicolette's story, is really interesting because she does. If you are a parent and you have teenagers or young kids that are going like middle school and high school, because in middle school too, my students used to tell me like they're taking their parents' like prescription and doing drugs in the bathroom in middle school. So you want to kind of be aware of what's happening and not who's that guy whose son overdosed? He's like, we just it's the not my kid syndrome or
Yes,
something. He's like,
yes,
don't ever think it's
a
not my kid.
newscaster, yeah.
Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like count your pills. Like if you have a prescription as a parent, like make sure your pills are there. I don't know. Check them every day. Check them every 5 days. Like make sure they're there.
Or maybe don't even
Lock
let your
it
kids
up.
know you got them.
Right.
Yeah.
Lock
Keep
it
'em
up somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like have a safe for this kind of stuff. Hide the keys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just something. But anyways, I wanted to make everyone aware of that. I thought that was super important. So now I want to talk about my California trip a little bit because that was so crazy interesting. We stayed at in Venice Beach. I mean, it was just so unbelievable people watching. We stayed at this boutique hotel, Hotel Urban, which I loved. It has the best rooftop bar, and like it's like in the top 10 of the world, I guess.
That's
Really?
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really.
Have you
really
been to
cool.
Venice Beach?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You like it?
I love Venice Beach. I've only been there one time, but I got to LA in November of last year for the first time,
Oh, did you?
and I'd only ever seen the Gulf of Mexico. I'd never seen a real
Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just walked from LAX to Venice Beach. It's like 8 or 10 miles?
Yeah,
I was
not
just so
that far.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
excited.
like, wow, it's not brown water.
Yeah.
White sand.
It's just I can see you liking it though with the guitar, and it's just
Yeah.
so. I mean, it was really, really, really.
Did you play on
Cool.
the boardwalk?
Yeah. Did
I
you
d- I
walk
did
with your
not.
guitar?
I did not
Aw.
because that's a really bad look, I think, for musicians to do that. But
Oh, I love it. I
Especially
always
there,
give them
though.
money. I don't even have money to give, and I'm like, yeah.
Well, they have taken it a whole nother level now. Like there's the musicians all CDs who no one even listens to anymore, but they are like trying to trick you, and they literally, as you walk down the boardwalk or just down this Venice walk, whatever, I don't even know what it's called, they basically come up to you, put headphones on you before you can even pay attention, and then they start singing to you while their music plays.
That is bizarre.
It's so bizarre. They have
Good
to
like you do
move.
that? Do you do that?
That's exactly how I handled Deep Ellum.
I thought Leighton's gonna start putting headphones on people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
randomly.
Put these headphones on and just lip sync. Yeah,
and then you
And
have
buy my music.
and then you have a
Just
Sharpie with your CD,
100%.
And
Just dance
then-
around.
you ask for money.
Yeah.
And if no one gives you money, you take the CD away, scratch the name out. That's what they do. I mean,
What?
Yes, it's
I feel like that's
crazy.
wasteful.
I mean,
I got
You
that a
should
lot
see
in
'em.
Vegas last time.
Really?
I went.
so
What is
aggressive.
this?
Yeah.
You
I
need to
mean-
start this.
Like,
I
I'll sign it for
It's
you.
very
$10.
aggressive marketing.
No, thank you.
Yeah. aggressive. I mean, by the time you're there for a few days, you just kind of don't even look at them.
Just push them down.
Yeah.
Stop this.
It's like,
Like, let me
that's
sell you my CD.
Yeah.
yeah.
Or just walk
exactly.
around wearing headphones and then you can't.
Exactly. That's the move.
There you go.
Like these.
I know.
No one's gonna take these off my head.
They're not
it,
even
it
plugged
was
in.
unbelievable.
Right.
I mean, never get bored watching people there. It's really unreal. And then
Oh, yeah.
I saw this new thing called pop tennis. I mean, we're a tennis family, so I was like, "What is this?"
I'm not. I don't
mean,
play
she's
tennis.
not. She's always not part of the what I
Oh,
say.
did,
Always a
did you know?
first
So
time.
anti-tennis.
I'm
The-
anti-tennis.
Whenever I went for the first time to play tennis with Gino,
Mm-hmm.
Dave was like his coach for a long time. He was like, Marcella? And like laughed. And Gino's like, no, this is Whitley. He was like, oh, okay. I was really confused. I was like, what's wrong?
I don't do that.
It's also the first time I've ever heard someone say, we're a tennis family. You don't hear that often.
Yeah, not often.
Yeah, you
Not where I
don't.
come from.
Except for me, I'm not. There's a half tennis family.
Jolie's not either.
I'll
but
fill the void.
yes,
There you go.
Yeah, all the way to my parents from Austria. Like we all play
that's
tennis.
awesome.
They're all tennis coaches. My brother still is a tennis coach. So,
It's cool.
but this new thing, it's pop tennis. It's like with a paddle. The court is way shorter, and the balls are like deflated a little bit.
Like ping pong?
I think you're talking about ping pong.
What is
I
that?
know. It's
Like
on a
giant ping
tennis
pong.
court.
Yeah.
or
and
like
it's
racket.
Started in Venice Beach. That's where it
That's
started.
cool.
And now people are trying to get it to go all over the country because it's so fun and it is easier for anyone to pick up and learn.
Ah.
It's faster. It's not boring. It's really, really, really cool.
So it's ping pong and tennis combined?
Somewhere
It's
in
like,
there.
yeah,
Somewhere,
Can it not
somewhere
touch
in the
the
middle.
ground?
missing link.
Yeah.
Can it not touch the ground? Is it like
no, it touches the ground.
oh,
there
how
a
does
net?
it bounce with
all
the
Racquetball.
deflated?
That's what
I'm like,
No.
I'm confused.
Look it up, guys. It's so,
I'll play.
so
Yeah.
cool. I said
I'll
we're
put
going
on
to
some
play.
goggles and see what's up.
I mean, we watched, Patrick and I kept going there watching these people from like professional former tennis players. They were there in Venice Beach from Australia and they were playing matches. It was amazing.
Do
So
they get
fun.
super into it? Too?
So into it. My gosh,
Oh my
it was
gosh, with the
amazing.
That's
Some
entertaining.
video.
That's entertaining.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool.
You didn't take videos of
I
this?
did. You didn't must have not watched my story.
Uh-oh.
I did, but sometimes my attention, I'm like, deep, deep, deep.
See.
I'll watch your story. How did I
Did
not see?
not
I'm a-
watch.
Oh, see?
Didn't
you
I
didn't
must
put
have
it
just
on
not
story.
known what was going on.
Right.
With
I
I
think
just
that
thought-
spider, anyone
Just
see it?
subconsciously being like, oh, there's just people playing ping pong.
I saw lots of your story from there, but I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
I'm just not on my phone a lot. I lose it usually.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I want to tell you guys that the one thing that was really, really, really unbelievable to me was how many homeless people there are.
Mm.
That was unbelievable to me. I mean, they're everywhere. They're literally sleeping on the sidewalk. Like you have to step over them. It
Yeah.
is very, 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 very sad. And it's kind of like you can't even try to help anyone. They're everywhere. Like by the time you help one, there's more and more. You can't
Yeah.
even get started. So I just looked at it just to give you guys a little bit of an idea how bad it is.
Well, I was telling you, Skid Row is not far from there.
Right. They have in Los Angeles, they have 57,000 homeless people, which
God.
there's only a part of them are sheltered. Most of them are not sheltered at all, and they are just like they put up tents wherever they can. They sleep behind garbage cans. It is unbelievable. They have flies all over them, and I cannot believe that there's
Sad.
nothing we can do as a country like that. This is happening. It's unbelievable to me. I mean, I watch this one lady every day bring her piano, push it to that place in Venice Beach, and set up her piano and play there every single day with all
Good for
stuff
her.
she owns
Right?
underneath. I mean, amazing piano player.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
It's very, very sad. I mean, that was the part that I was like, oh my gosh, I wish someone could help and do something about it. That was terrible.
If you got to be homeless, though,
That's
not a
good
bad
place
spot to
be.
go.
I was thinking the same thing.
Maybe that's why
Like,
there's so
Really?
many.
We spend a lot of
maybe.
money to go vacation over there. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
there's some people a lot worse off in Dallas than need places.
That's
Oh, yeah.
true.
There's a lot of homeless people in my neighborhood that would love to be homeless in Venice Beach.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they said that Patrick told me that they sometimes ship like other cities in the country, ship them with a one-way ticket to there because of the weather. Like the weather
Do you live
doesn't get there.
downtown?
I live in East Dallas, kind of right off of Lower Greenville. and
Okay.
In between there and Deep Ellum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A
Greenville.
lot of people walking around.
Where are you
Mhm.
from? Greenville.
Is that not how you say
Country.
it?
No, it's just I don't know.
Where are you from?
I'm from a little bitty town outside of Midland, Texas called Lenora. About
Okay.
50 people
Never
there.
heard that. 50 people?
There was 50 something. I think they're up to 74,
now
75
49.
now.
Because you're here.
I Googled the population the other day to make sure I wasn't telling stories about it.
50 people?
There was like 54 there when I left. There's 73 now, yeah,
Oh wow.
according to Google.
Stepping it up.
I would
Wow.
die.
You would literally
That's
die.
where I grew up.
Die.
Aw.
But,
Do you ever go
but you
back
don't
and-
know any different when you go up there.
Yeah.
True.
Rockport has like, well, 7,000. It's not 50.
Look out now.
You know,
But,
that's
like-
not
That's
normal
big city
here.
I know-
Negro.
I know, right? I know.
I know we're going to get to know you in a minute, but like,
Yeah.
how old were you when you came? Like, did you come to Dallas next?
I've been to Dallas for about just over a year now.
From there?
No.
Oh, I was
no.
like,
Yeah,
dang, well, welcome.
I've been kind of all over the place for the last 10 years.
Wow, I can't wait to hear all of
I
that.
know.
I
That's
started
so
getting, I
cool.
wanted to know. 50 people, that is.
I know. I just
That's
your
pretty
accent.
amazing. Yeah, your accent
I
is
was
so
like,
cute, so country.
Y'all stop that. Y'all making me blush.
That's cute. We love it.
Wanted to tell you guys a really quick story. It was crazy. I had to go to LA because I had to renew my passport because I'm from Austria. I'm not an American citizen.
You're from
I
Austria.
couldn't tell.
I'm just
What? You're from
Spider,
Europe?
you're starting
Sephora.
to be like Whitley.
So Australia? They have kangaroos
No
there?
kangaroos. where
Good eye,
I'm
Mike.
People ask her that all the time.
from. All the time.
No,
So-
there's no kangaroos in Austria.
No. And I'm really supposed to go to Washington to do all that, but I didn't feel like it because that's not interesting to me. So
A lot of rain.
they told me I could go either to LA, New York, Miami, or Washington. So we decided LA. And when we went to drive to the embassy, I look up and I go, what? The street Bundy Drive? Why does this sound so familiar? And then I go, Brentwood. Wait. I go, hold on a second. I know this area. Could this be? This is when Nichole Simpson got killed, where OJ slaughtered her. This is where she lived. I
wow.
saw this. I was so into the story. So I made Patrick find the house, drive me there.
It was
Oh my
really
gosh.
creepy. Like the
That's
picture.
super cool.
Yeah.
I was like so obsessed with it. And then I read it and I couldn't find the actual address, but I knew it was the house. So
Yeah.
I kept taking pictures, just like
Oh my gosh.
was
Does someone
amazed.
live there?
Someone lives there. They changed the address because they don't want people like me to
Yeah.
get out, taking pictures,
Wow.
videos. I
That
mean,
a
I was
good
obsessed.
discount. I wouldn't live there.
I could not live there.
I think it has
Terrifying.
gone to a couple different owners.
If
but-
I even see a white Bronco in that neighborhood,
Right?
I'm like,
I know.
I mean, it was
Or like
crazy.
someone can't get their glove on right.
Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know
don't
about
go there. Yeah.
That's weird though. I just saw like we were watching home videos with my mom and I just saw a video of my dad dressed as OJ like right after that happened
What?
for Halloween.
Oh my God, is
It
your mom
was-
Nichole?
No,
They
it was
get
the
along so great.
creepiest. I have a video of it. He is so creepy.
Too
He has a
soon?
mask
No.
and he has one glove, handcuffs, and like a knife. And I'm like, you freak.
Oh my
Or like with
gosh.
us walking around, I'm like, ew, why would you scare us like that?
That's-
dressed up as
yeah.
OJ.
I know.
I don't think I could. You know, like they have to like disclose if somebody's like been
Yep.
murdered or died.
Well, these people wanted that house. Like when they bought it, you should read it. It's very, very
Oh.
interesting.
Some
But
people just psychopaths like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't want. I'm gonna do it.
I
I'd be
could
so
not either.
scared.
I mean, it was kind of very interesting when you watched that whole thing unfold on TV for so long, and I was obsessed. And then seeing it, it's very, very crazy. Kind of. I didn't want
The
That was
pictures you
wild.
sent me were
Isn't
because it was
weird?
in that where they had the blood.
Mm-hmm.
So then you sent me the clean one, obviously, but
Yeah.
it's
They
just
did change
weird.
the tile, but it's still you know exactly. I mean, you see
Sure.
it. So that was totally interesting. And Jolie,
That's
Ooh,
your dad?
that's
That's my
dad?
dad. Oh my god.
Whitley.
I know.
Oh my
I'll be honest with you. I just assumed that your father was black. As soon as you
Right?
told that story.
No, he's like the whitest guy I know. Like, I was like,
Wow.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Wow. So Jolie, who has never heard of OJ Simpson or anything about it, got a whole education on this and now knows all about that whole thing.
It always makes me
So-
feel very old when my sister doesn't know anything. When she
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
It's a younger sister. This Jolie is a younger sister.
yes,
Okay.
she's 14. And not too long ago, we were talking about NSYNC. And she was like,
Oh, no.
Yeah. She was
what
like,
sync?
Yeah,
I was like,
like an iPod?
oh my God.
Watch your mouth, girl. Yeah.
I was like, stop. I can't.
We
Or-
actually bought VHS movies, or like got them out of NSYNC and Backstreet Boys to show her.
You did.
Yeah.
Y'all remember
were
when
in-
Disney put out those movies about them?
About the Backstreet
Back
Boys?
in the early 2000s, they put like a movie out about, like a documentary movie about
No.
Backstreet Boys and one about NSYNC.
I don't
Probably
remember
find them on
either.
YouTube. They were great.
Jolie needs to watch them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like when like little kids don't know Britney. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Well, while we were in LA, Patrick brought up Grease, and she goes, "What's that?"
No. Oh my gosh.
That makes
that's
more
like
sense.
my favorite.
I know. I'm like, we have a lot of work to do.
I know.
I love that.
Maybe this weekend you guys can get her caught up.
Yeah.
Yes.
On all
We're
this
gonna have to do
stuff.
that.
I'll send y'all
I
some
love
links.
Grease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for your sister. Have her watch this.
Yeah.
Mhm. So then, my favorite while we were in LA, I have to say, was Beverly Hills and Malibu. Those are such great places.
Mhm.
And while in Beverly Hills, I got to meet up with one of my best friends from here, from Dallas. She moved out there because her husband is going to be the next president of Paul Mitchell.
Wow.
I mean, it's amazing. So Paul Mitchell's headquarters is in Beverly Hills. So I got to see their whole entire office, which
That's cool.
I want everyone to watch John Paul Mitchell's story. He has a movie about him. How they started this company is unbelievable. I think with $500.
No.
It is
Oh, wow.
an inspiring story. unbelievable.
I want
For
to watch
him.
that.
Yeah.
It's, you,
And that's Paul
every-
Mitchell himself
Well, the
with a
thing
longer
is,
name.
no, the thing is this: Paul Mitchell was actually a hairdresser, and John JP. Everyone always hears JP was the business guy behind. They were partners.
Oh.
Paul Mitchell passed away. He's no longer alive, but they had to get a face to the company. So JP actually is now the face, and everyone thinks he's Paul Mitchell, but he's not.
Oh. He's the
Huh.
the ponytail.
His
Yes.
name is John Paul Mitchell, though.
I don't know that. I
Wow,
just
yeah.
know it's JP, but because
They call him
they
that.
call him that,
Couldn't
so
have
he's
worked
the
out any
face.
better.
I know.
If it
Yeah.
is. And he has a liquor too.
Well,
What are
he
the
owned
odds?
Patron.
right.
He bought Patron. He was in Mexico. He started being successful with the company, and he was in Mexico on vacation, and he was in this little restaurant, and they gave him tequila, and he goes, "Whoa, that's really good." Like, the guy said, "Well, this guy down the street makes it." So he went there. He
When
met
was
him.
this? Like, what year?
I don't know the year.
Okay.
I'm sure it's
Probably
in the
a
movie.
few ago.
I was
Yeah.
like, okay.
So he goes, sees the guy, buys the whole company, the processing plant, all of it for $900,000. And a few years ago,
Just
he sold
900.
it.
Yeah.
He sold it for $5 billion.
Oh my gosh. It's a lot of agave.
Patron. Yeah. So please watch this movie. It's inspiring. It's unbelievable. It shows that anyone can make it. Like when you see
Tequila?
headquarters that I saw, and now they're outgrowing that. It's on the
That's
pin.
cool.
Like it's
All you need is $900,000 to make
No,
it.
wow.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
500.
You need $500.
And do you know how Paul Mitchell, you can see it? It's so recognizable.
Mhm.
Black and white, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's because they didn't have the money to add any color
That's
when
really
they
cool.
first started out.
that is cool. And I like that they keep it
Kept
that
it.
way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It looks
Like it.
nicer.
Classy.
Very
Yeah.
classy. Everyone recognizes
Classy.
it.
Class.
Yeah. They're going to start having extensions now. It's
Oh.
just all of it. This is a very, very cool
That's
story. You
cool.
should
That's
watch
really
it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, very inspiring. So now I have one more story.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone knows my ex-husband was in the New York Mafia. Well, when I lived
Everyone does not know that. Oh, look at that.
This is my dad.
You didn't know that?
I did not.
Well, Yes.
Throw that out there.
He's like, no, not
Okay,
everyone.
continue.
Well, I've seen a lot of pictures of you where you like how you dress and stuff because you have such good style. People like call him hitman and mobster and stuff like that.
Him?
Uh-huh.
Call him?
Me?
People call
I
you that?
saw it.
People call me that?
I don't know. And on some comments,
They're
people
more
are
than welcome
making-
to.
He's like, I had no idea. Well, there you go.
There you go.
What do
So-
we not know about you?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
apparently I don't know anything about it.
He's like, God, how did I get in
This is
room with
awesome.
these people?"
Right?
So when we lived in Dallas already, we met this couple, and the guy's name was Cheap Swenson, and he actually was Bane in
Batman.
He is
Wait,
the-
what? I didn't know that.
He was my dad's best friend.
Yes.
And
Mind getting blown.
I swear we've talked
So
about
much,
that before.
so much coming together.
about Jeep.
so much
Yeah.
going together.
Yeah. So my dad's best friend was Jeep, and he's this big. I mean, obviously, if you've seen Batman and
Yeah.
Bane, he's like, bro, the like.
He's in a lot of
monster.
movies as that. I don't know all the other ones, and he is in the Guinness World Book of Records as having the biggest arms.
Just like a bodybuilder type fella?
Yes, huge.
Which
huge,
Batman?
The old one, like with.
His neck is bigger than his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you looking him up?
Oh,
When
I
you
was
say,
just
when you say the
you're
old
pictures
one, are you
before.
talking about like, are we talking Adam West or are we talking George Clooney? Because
Oh, I like that one.
You need to look him up.
I'm gonna
Cheap,
look it up.
Cheap
'Cause-
Svensson,
Val
guys.
Kilmer. Is that what you were
I
gonna
think
say?
it's Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
So this is him, like with his wife and his daughter
Hey man,
in the middle.
have a smaller neck always.
He was a big boy.
He is.
And I think that's when he like wrestled and stuff.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Cheap Svensson.
Also,
Look
he would
him
have
up.
been in, he would have been in the George Clooney one then.
Let's see.
With
Wikipedia.
Chris
Question.
O'Donnell.
I don't know.
It was a great one.
Ring names: Jeep,
Robin.
the Mercenary, the Final Solution, and the Ultimate Solution. Ow, sorry.
Those are great nicknames.
I know. I'll start calling
1997, Batman and Robin,
Batman and Robin, yeah.
That.
and
yeah.
then
That
2005.
was George Clooney.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
George Clooney. Yeah, and then I think there was some beyond Batman, but I wonder if that was like something else because
That's
he-
way cool.
He did other things too. So
he taught me how to swim, right?
yes, he did. He taught all the kids
He
to
can
swim.
swim.
It's more
He
like
looks like he would
punching.
sink.
Well,
No, he.
But
yeah.
Threatened you.
his daughter and I are the same age, and I think it's
So
funny.
his daughter Kaylee,
Yeah.
Marcella, the same age. His wife Erin and I became really, really close,
Mhm.
and it was really funny because the apartment complex we lived in at the time was, you know, a lot of my best friends. They're still my best friends, but those two were a little different. I mean, obviously, Cheap is his wrestler, and then Erin is a former stripper, and she is just the funniest
You
human
didn't know that
being.
either?
She
No?
All kinds of realizations.
Yeah.
This story
gosh.
just keeps getting bigger.
I know.
And she is just, she has no filter, has a heart of gold, sweetest. But most people weren't really fans of her, if that makes sense.
We were saying that we know all these people because we don't judge,
Anyone.
and everyone is welcome.
Yeah.
So we get the crazies sometimes, but they're really
we
wonderful.
love them. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love her, and I always have loved her. And then when they moved to LA and she became really big, like, you know, you kind of, we never had a problem. We just lost contact
Sure.
for a little bit. And Facebook is the greatest for that, where you find people again and it's like nothing, no time has passed. And so when she's always tried to get us to come to LA. So when I was there, she's like, oh, I have to see you. I have to see you. Well, all these years past, Cheap died because basically his heart exploded
Hearts don't work like that.
from too
Yeah.
much steroids and all that stuff. Sad, because he was such a good guy. Well, his daughter Kaylee, who is Marcella's age, is a very well-known Playboy cover model in all countries. Like, she is
I
on the
didn't know that
cover
either.
of
What fun.
Australia, Playboy. I mean, unbelievable, and a porn star. Very successful. I mean, she has tons of girls under her. I mean, she has Instagram, well, fame, like unbelievable. And she's known as Viking Barbie. What a cool name
Oh,
that
that is
is.
pretty awesome.
She looks like
Can you see
Angelina Jolie. She is
Work it.
absolutely
Yeah, right.
gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous,
Oh,
gorgeous.
you in the face. I was just
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, here's a face.
Oh, okay. She looks familiar. I think
And
you've
she's
shown me her
beautiful.
before.
From the
She's
porn
really
you watch?
pretty.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, does she?
Yeah, I'm a big subscriber at Pornhub, so she's the top
Nemo would be
cover.
proud.
Mhm. Yeah. He has
So-
a discount code he gave me.
No. I was like, shut up right now. Nima was our sex store guest we had on. He
Oh,
owns
cool.
a sex store, and
Yeah.
he brought us presents. They
Oh.
weren't T-shirts,
Not
but
me.
Can I
Can
tell
you
you?
get some nipple clamps or
Wait,
something?
can I?
Oh yeah, I
I feel like I need to up my merchandise game.
Can I
Hold
tell you?
I love your T-shirt.
Need some pasties with your
Right.
name.
Listen, I have to admit to something right now.
All
the
right.
the
God, wait.
vibrators.
Am I scared? No, go ahead.
Am I
No, the vibrators that Nima gave us, so I can't afford the Clarisonic thing yet.
Oh,
So I put it on my face.
because Lauren Everett said if you can't afford a Clarisonic facial massager, you can use
A
any
vibrator.
vibrator.
Makes sense. Checks
What
out.
does it do?
That's what I do. So
Ah.
So it's supposed to do
Help
what?
you stay young and
Not get wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
It does a lot of stuff. I'll research it, but I've been putting the vibrator
sure
from
does.
Nima
Yeah,
on, my
like
face.
multifaceted.
On my face. I did
Awesome.
this morning.
That's good practice.
You gotta have something to do before the show, I guess.
Leighton is speechless right this moment.
know.
I'm just. This is great. This is great. I'm happy to be here.
Oh, yeah, I'm sweating. I had to admit to it since we brought it up just now. I put the
perfect.
vibrator on my face.
That's
All right.
awesome. That's what you're supposed
I want
to
to
do.
cut that
That's
off.
going to be in a soundbite. For
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
So now if I start to look old, I'll blame Nima for not giving me a face massager.
You got nipple clamps. From
Oh, yeah.
Nima.
You thumb wrestled with nipple clamps.
You did.
I can't get that image out of my head.
What? That wasn't
It
even
was
bad.
really weird. It was just weird.
So there's this app on my phone, and it's called 1 Second a Day, and I crack up because in that 1 second from that day, it's you and Nima thumb wrestling with the nipple tassel or the nipple clamps, and it's great every time.
That was fun.
Yeah,
This is so funny.
I'm just saying that Nima's gifts came in handy. I will wear your shirt,
Handy.
but
Less handy, but yeah. I got it.
just saying. It's my
Rhinestone.
beauty tip of the day. Put a vibrator on your face.
There you go.
I'll get right to work on that.
So I'm making a note.
I'm making a note.
I thought so.
I don't even know how to move forward from that now.
It's the perfect time for me to admit to it.
It
I was
was
laughing
perfect.
at myself though. 'cause
I'm
I
proud of
was,
you.
like,
I'm proud of you.
I'm going to need a video next time you do it.
I'm gonna have to do it. I'll just
It wasn't
Yep.
the one that thrusted itself. Was
No,
it? really
Oh
weird.
no,
That'd
not
be like
that
more
one.
of more of an attack on your face.
Yeah.
He took that one back. He didn't give
yeah.
us that one.
No, this is like it's pink, which is nice, and it's round. It has these two little like ear antennas that's
Antennas.
Like
looks like.
caterpillar.
It's an alien.
It kind of looks like that. Oh my god, I'm hot.
It's an alien.
It's like, I can't wait to go home and wash my face.
Oh my god.
Now I'm getting more wrinkles from laughing.
Well,
I got
good
my
thing you got your
vibrator.
vibrator.
About to say, thank God for Nemo, because did I say that wrong?
It's Nima.
Nemo?
And now I'm like thinking he's lost or
fish.
something.
It's definitely Nemo now. That's all there's to it.
That would have been a totally different movie.
Eyelashes off.
Maybe Jeep's daughter would have been in that one.
We're just out here.
Oh my god. I'm hot. I'm
My
sweating.
cheeks hurt.
Mine too. God, Leighton. I need to take this off.
So,
Now she's taking her clothes off.
so we got electric alien-like things that keep wrinkles off your face. Got it.
You can buy them at any sex store because the Clarisonic thing is like $400.
Oh my
Good Lord.
That's
gosh.
too much.
With
Yeah.
the spinning brush?
Not
No,
the brush.
Oh.
It
it's
has
a-
another thing on
It's
it.
a facial
Oh.
ding, massager, and it vibrates aggressively.
I'll have to like watch it. 'cause I
She
don't-
has one, and I saw it at Ulta, and I was like,
yeah.
fuck, that thing is $400.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put the vibrator on my face.
Mm-hmm.
It has 10 speeds, you guys. So
Oh wow.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
high tech.
yeah, it's waterproof, I think.
There you go.
Has to be.
pink.
You
in
can
the
do it in the
shower.
shower.
Has to be.
Marcella, can you put a video together for our YouTube channel?
Yeah.
With instructions.
I'm gonna need to see this.
That'll get some hits for sure.
Yeah, right? How to use a vibrator. Get some
On your
clickbait.
face.
Yeah. Don't put that though. It'll get more views.
Yeah.
That's your homework
No
for
context.
this week.
No.
How to use a vibrator.
Your homework.
Going on Instagram, IGTV.
There you go. That too. And our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Moving along. Anyway,
It won't be long.
I said
Moving
along.
Oh,
if we can.
I don't know.
sorry. Gross.
Okay. So, anyways, Aaron,
Yeah.
Cheap's wife, he's dead. She's remarried, and she lives in Calabasas, right by the Kardashians. She says she sees them all the time. We wanted to go, but she said there was a heat wave in the valley. She says you don't want to be in the valley when it's hot there
Why?
because it's like 118 or something and miserable. And she
So
said
like
it would be
2
able
months
to-
ago here or
Let's
whatever.
say.
Yeah,
it
like
was.
that.
It's like all of
How-
July.
wait,
a few
Yeah.
weeks ago.
Texas.
I was
Is
like, I don't mind the
Calabasas and
heat.
the valley close or something?
It's
or-
in the valley,
in
I
the
guess.
valley.
Oh, see, I
Mhm.
don't know.
I don't know why I
That's
said
where
that
people
like I
think
knew
I'm
that.
from.
I don't know that.
Because I always say Uvalde. They're like, oh, the valley. I'm like, no,
No,
I'm not
not
that
the valley.
cool. From deer country. So, you know.
So, I hadn't seen her in so long, and I knew that once I do my show about my ex-life with my mafia husband, I'll tell more details about this, but I knew that Cheap and my ex-husband Peter were always in Brussels together once they met, and I always found it very weird, but I didn't really know all the details.
Oh my God, what are you going to say right now? I'm nervous.
I'm so excited.
Until Erin, she goes, this is no lie, you guys. We went to Nobu for lunch in Malibu on the beach, and we couldn't get a table right away, so we're in the bar, and we met these girls sitting at the bar having drinks, which the one girl was definitely a player's wife. I don't know whose, but she was having fun, in the early afternoon, drinking wine, and she told us that she really doesn't like living in Malibu because you can't really do that much, and it was her 97th time at Nobu
Oh my
at the bar
gosh.
this year alone.
Count? I know. I've
Wow.
never counted.
Yeah, me either. I don't want to count.
How many times have you
I
been
don't
to a
buy it.
restaurant? Yeah, right.
I don't
No.
buy it.
Her
That's
little
way too specific.
her little 4-year-old is allowed to sit at the bar because she spent so much money there. And they all know her. So he can eat sushi at the bar while she drinks and hangs out. So while we're
good.
meeting these girls, Erin goes, yeah, y'all, meet my friend. She's from Austria and visiting me from Dallas. And her ex-husband was in the mafia, and my ex-husband was his hitman.
Oh, whoa.
And I was like, wait, what?
You didn't know
I'm
this?
so invested in the story right now.
Mhm.
So then she tells me about some car that they were driving around in Brussels that her and Kaylee took to go somewhere. It had a dead body in it.
I didn't know this.
Did she know that there
It's-
was a body?
No, you guys, it's on.
That's terrifying.
It's in a report. Remember, I wanted to know about my dad's life at school, and so when I was a senior in high school, because we'll get into it later, but everybody would I thought they were making fun of me. I was very defensive about my dad being in the mob, and I was like, I'd get so mad. But when I was a senior, I wanted to learn more, and I went snooping in the
I've
office.
done that on him.
My
I
dad,
didn't know what I was getting into. I had to look.
there's a lot of paperwork, and there is a news article. There's something in fine print about a body being in a trunk.
That was another
Oh,
time.
wow.
That was in
What?
Smithtown. That was
Different
at his restaurant. That was at Ranieri's in Smithtown. Long time ago.
Chances
In-
are
is that
probably
in New
several
York?
bodies in
Yeah.
trunks.
Yeah.
If you have a
Over the
hitman-
years.
Smithtown?
If Bane is killing people for you, you got somebody.
I never found that.
So I'm
A hitman in Brussels?
Makes sense.
yes,
Okay, where's Brussels?
I've never been.
Belgium.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll get into that another day. Everyone hang
So you're
tight.
just gonna
Okay.
leave
Checks
it on
out.
that?
Checks out.
Well, I don't.
That's a juicy dangler
Yeah,
right
what?
there.
Yeah, right.
What is this?
We're gonna leave it dingling until I can give you
Like
the
a Game
whole
of Thrones
details.
cliffhanger. Gosh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Can't believe this.
You have to come back.
Right?
So, but I mean, the girls are looking at us like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Is this, right?
Imagine.
So that's how that whole thing started. We had a lot of fun though, and Nobu Malibu is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely ridiculously overpriced. I would like tell everyone, don't go there to eat. Go there to the bar, have drinks, enjoy
Yeah.
the view, have an appetizer, and then go eat somewhere else because it is.
I've heard rappers rap about it, but I
Yeah.
didn't
You
know what
do?
it was.
Well, like there's,
Yeah.
it's so popular and so many people go, they can charge whatever they want.
But
Yeah.
it is
Nobu?
Mm-hmm.
outrage.
Never
Like
heard of this.
we had a
It's
lunch.
in Jumpman.
Our
by
lunch-
Drake. And I only know that because Taylor Swift.
I'm like, how do you know that?
Someone's up to
No, he
something?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nobu. He
Yep.
does.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's gorgeous.
And I'm like, what is this? I think there's one in New York, right?
Well, there's
think
one.
so.
There's
There's
Nobu.
multiple?
There's
Anyways.
Nobu in the shops at Legacy, but
Oh.
I don't. And
That's probably the one Drake's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or I
been
think
there.
there's one in the Crescent Hotel. or something.
Right. So that was fun. And then she showed me, this is so interesting because she knows so many people. She's an interior designer. She has done I never
Garth
forget-
Brooks.
Garth Brooks's house, his wife's closet. Like she is just connected to a lot of people. And
Wait,
she
Trisha
knows
Yearwood?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
love her. I love her cooking show on Food Network. What, do you like her too?
No, it's just funny how you did
Oh,
that.
I
Oh my
love
gosh. I love her.
So
Not like Cher, but I like
well,
her.
wait,
She's up
I'm
there.
getting there. So Erin decides to introduce us to a very, very dear friend of hers. And she said, I want you to meet Hannah. And I'm like, well, who is Hannah? She goes, oh, Charlie Sheen wanted to meet her, but I told him not everyone gets to meet Hannah.
What?
So we drove all the way to the top of the cliff. Hannah owns the most sought after property in Malibu. Hannah is like 78 years old. She is an artist.
Charlie Sheen
Oh,
wanted to date
cool.
Hannah.
No, he wanted to meet her.
Oh.
Everyone wants her property. That's the whole thing. And people are like seriously like doing some very, very, very unethical things to get this poor lady's property. I mean, it is very
Aw.
sad. It is. I fell in love with this woman. Like,
course.
I feel
Yeah.
like I wish I was there.
I
with
think I'm falling in love with
this-
her right now. Just
I
hearing the
know.
story.
I
She's
wish
single,
I
or-
lived there. Yes, she has no one. It's
Aw.
so sad.
One-way flight. I'm coming.
Oh,
Leighton,
she would love you.
sing to her
Leighton.
all day.
Oh
Sing
my
her
god.
on the beach.
How you doing?
You should see. I mean, when
Okay,
you were up
Joey.
there, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, the view and
How much is it?
how much she could sell the property
Mhm.
for. I think we figured out at some point she could make like 65 million.
Good
like, it is
Lord.
out unbelievable.
Sorry.
He's
what
getting
is
more
this?
interested.
Right.
So how did she obtain it? Like, has it been in her family, or did she just want to
No,
live
she
there?
actually built it.
Oh.
Don't know that I don't want to tell things that I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
It was just so Erin is very, very close to her for 17 years. Erin has rented her guest house as a vacation, like a weekend vacation house.
Yeah.
Wait,
So they're very, very close. And while driving up there, Erin points out all the famous people that live on that street. And
she has Aaron.
she goes, Arnold Schwarzenegger lives there. Cher lives there. I go, wait, what? Who? Cher? Cher lives there because this one, Whitley.
Gets teary.
Whitley, every
Obsessed.
time we bring up her name, gets tears. And
You're actually getting teary-eyed right now.
every time.
Do you believe in life after
I
life?
do. I love her.
So,
Have you seen Mamma Mia yet with her?
Yeah, when it came out.
Oh.
Opening night, and I came dressed
Yes.
as Cher. So,
Yeah.
not weird.
No, I
I'm with
lost
you.
my Cher wig, but I have dressed up as her before. So have you, though.
Yeah. So it was her.
so I, of course, Instagram it. I'm putting her, I tag her and whatever.
Deep breaths.
I know.
We continue on to Hannah's house and we get to meet Hannah. We learn her whole story. It's just like an amazing time. We then go to a local hangout where all the celebrities go to, whatever. We didn't see one though, but that's okay. It gets later and I don't know. I go, hey guys, should we check on Hannah one more time? I felt bad for her, right? Because I felt like we just said we were going to go for dinner. And then I was like, she's waiting for us to come back.
Aww.
Now it's dark though. Everyone calls this house a dungeon. So we go and it's really creepy at
Hannah's
night.
house?
I'm not gonna lie. It was like really kind of scary.
Oh,
And
God.
Erin, who does not care about anything, is like, oh look, this is where I stay, and she's opening all these like these doors. It was like Hobbit doors and everything. I was there. It's so freaked
Hobbit
out.
Like circles or
This
small?
woman just lives in this house all by herself.
By herself.
That's kind of sad.
I know.
So
Big
sad.
old house.
You really should go visit her.
Yeah, you should
Sound like she
serenade
needs
her.
all this love. You know?
We'd probably get along. I love artists.
You would. You would definitely get along. And it was so sweet because I have pictures of her when she was really young. And it's
Aw.
weird because Jolie kind of favors her a little bit.
Oh,
Just
really?
it's just, and you could tell she was looking at Jolie like so sweet. Just very
Yeah.
sweet. So as we're there, Whitley texts me and goes, you drove by Cher's house. This is hours later. Can you give me a plant or something? Anything.
I'm not.
You
I
want her to
don't
steal
get like.
something out of the
I
front
don't
yard.
get
Pull
like
some weeds.
starstruck, but like I
they
love
did.
Cher.
Did y'all really?
So
The
I'm
best
like,
video I've ever seen in my life is that.
I go, hey guys, Whitley wants a plant from Cher's house. Can we please go back? Now it's like
Because you don't sound
pitch dark,
crazy
right?
when you say stuff like that.
So we go.
Did you give it to her yet?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What do you got, like a
Right again,
Ziploc
of course.
bag with some dandelions or something? Like, what is it?
It's in my safe with a log. No, I'm kidding.
So the funny thing is though, it's kind of creepy and there's cameras everywhere and signs everywhere. This is 24-hour surveillance. Like you cannot trespass, all this kind of crap. Erin is like, oh, I don't care. I'm getting Whitley a plant from Cher's house. But she gets out and every plant she's trying to get a palm. She can't pull it off. So
The
she
whole palm
fell.
is like coming.
She fell in the yard. She's in the front yard pulling leaves. I mean, I'm
I'm
like,
like shit. Only for you.
I would love
I'm
to see
like,
that surveillance tape.
I know. So then
Cher's probably like, what
Somebody
the fuck?
email share.
I know. I
Listen,
said y'all are gonna be on TMZ.
we robbed you. We robbed you, and we really need to see the tape.
So Patrick then goes, what is this? Because all Erin got is some leaves. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with those? So Patrick goes, oh, I'll do it. So he goes out, rips off a palm.
What a champion.
Yeah.
A
I
hero.
was so excited. I'm like, oh, Patrick loves me. Got me a palm.
That's a hero.
Oh
I was
my God.
so excited.
That was really an experience. But my experience
Like
with
nervous.
Erin did not stop there. She then goes, hey, you guys, in 2 days, I want you to meet my husband. I want you to come to the beach. We have this dog beach. We bring our dog and we like throw frisbees and then we'll go to dinner. Just come meet us. And we're like, okay. We go meet her. We're on the beach. There's like, you're sandy, whatever. We're in our bathing suits. Well, now she wants to go to Joffrey's, which is the top celebrity dinner spot besides Nobu in Malibu.
Oh.
And I go, well, Erin, where are we going to go change? And she goes, I was thinking of a grocery store bathroom. And I'm like, I'm going.
I love her.
Yeah.
She sounds
I
awesome.
Sounds like she just makes shit happen.
She does.
And I go, does she know I'm high maintenance? Like, what the hell is this? She looks like a supermodel, by the way. But I'm like, all right, I can do it. No problem. I'll do it. I go grocery bathroom to change. No problem. Well, we couldn't find a grocery store. So her husband decides to stop at McDonald's. And he goes, hey, would McDonald's be okay? Sure, I'll change in McDonald's in Malibu. We go in the bathroom.
Sounds like a
guys.
good
Fancy
idea.
McDonald's.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Was not.
Mm.
We had to wash our feet in the sink. Full
Whoa.
of sand. People come in. I mean, looking at us like we're completely crazy.
It's not a single stall. Like,
No.
oh,
No, this is in and out.
Very
packed
public, yeah.
McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
Erin, everyone that comes in, she goes, honey, don't worry, we're not homeless. We're just trying to change from the beach.
we're
It's
going
like-
to the most
We're
celebrity
going-
spot.
Yeah.
in-
She goes, we have to get ready. We're going to Joffrey's. People come out. This one lady, I'll never forget her. She comes out. She goes, you guys, I'm going to hashtag you Malibu Beach Queens or something. I don't know what she was saying. I'm like, wow, this is unbelievable. We get to Joffrey's, the
No famous people.
no famous people, but it was packed. But the people, hostesses,
Oh, yeah.
Aaron goes, yeah, it's no big deal. We just changed in the bathroom at McDonald's. And I mean, would you look at her? Doesn't she look good? I just saved her out of prostitution. Like, she's saying all this crap.
About you?
I picked her up.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I
wanna
have
meet
not
her.
laughed as hard in years. So she's coming for Friendsgiving this year. So you can all
I'm
meet
so
her.
excited.
You want to
Oh
come
my
meet her?
gosh.
100%. I thought that was my invitation. So
It
for sure.
is.
That was.
I'm coming.
Friendsgiving is an open invitation at
To
my
everyone.
house for
Spider.
everyone.
Yeah.
I'm there.
It's the day after Thanksgiving. You have to come.
So fun.
So that is my story about my California trip, basically in a nutshell. There was way more, but that was the most important
it.
stuff.
It's adventurous.
Was the
It was-
share
That sounds
plan.
awesome.
I mean, it was only 7 days, but it felt like I was there for like 3 weeks. It was crazy, but fun.
You just kind of glazed right over mentioning Arnold Schwarzenegger, though. Do you know him?
Well, that is one more
That's
story.
good.
This is
Because
the
y'all from like
saddest.
same neck of the woods.
Right?
I was okay. So Patrick met up with his high school friend that he hadn't seen in 25 years, and
That's
while
cool.
we were sitting in an Irish pub, because they're Irish, they had to recreate this whole thing from growing up. We find out that he is.
You're Irish?
You're Irish.
Some.
Some.
Enough to be proud in an
You
Irish
like
pub.
it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Enough to have a good time middle of March.
There you go.
That's how, I've kind of adapted that holiday too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So his friend works at the Fairmont Hotel in Santa Monica, I think, and that's where Arnold goes almost daily to have breakfast. But he was in Budapest, I think, this whole week I was there, and
Oh.
his friend
Oh,
goes,
man.
when he comes in, I'll text you. He goes, because he would love you. You need to come walk up to him, which I would have. I
Oh my
wanted
gosh.
to
I
so
would
bad. I
have.
was
Just
so
hug him.
disappointed. I was
I'll be back.
Love
Start
you.
speaking German.
Yes, I would have just gone up to him. I would have had so much fun doing that, but he wasn't in town, so that sucked. But we're going back. I'll find him one day.
Too many things and not be allowed.
Just ruin
Get
the
to the
moment.
chopper.
Get to the chopper now.
He'd be
He's like, get away from me.
Yeah.
That's
Security.
Yeah, so I was wondering, since the next show is going to be all about Leighton, if you could end this show with one song so people know what they're going to meet.
Uh-oh.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
that makes me so
Sure. Let
excited.
me just get
No.
over here.
Don't put him on the spot or
What
anything.
kind of guitar
Right, I
is
was about to
it?
say. No warning. Lord have mercy.
Oh my god, this is so exciting.
I mean, you could say no and sing in the next show, but I thought you should
I
sing
would
in
never
both.
tell you no.
Aw.
Room full of beautiful women.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I know.
Me too. I love guitars. They're so cool.
What?
You have
Oh, we need one?
I brought
Oh.
this pink pig to play because I knew that.
For us?
Yeah.
Pink. Aw.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
I know, me too.
Oh yeah, that's plenty.
I'm getting my phone out. Just so
Of course
everyone
you are.
knows.
What do y'all want to hear?
I don't
Well,
know. What do you want to sing?
Like, what's your favorite, like, I don't know, either your own written song or your favorite cover or anything that you love the most?
Share.
Yes. I really would love that.
Share.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I
I'll
do
cry
that
though.
like in a medley with a bunch of other stuff, so it wouldn't just be.
Okay,
Share.
we'll medley it up. I'll cry.
I could do Britney Spears.
Ooh,
Okay,
Just a
that
little
works too. I
taste.
like
oh
that.
my god, yeah.
Am I
Yeah.
gonna play in the next one too?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll do unoriginal in the next one.
Oh my god, I'm so
yeah.
excited.
Ah.
All right, we ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm dying right now.
Oh baby, baby, hours I suppose to know something wasn't right here. Oh, pretty baby, I shouldn't have let you go. Now we're out of time. Just show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is killing me.
Oh my God.
And I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, girl. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh my God!
Oh, baby, baby, yeah, the reason I breathe is you. Girl, you got me blinded. Oh, pretty baby, there ain't nothing that I wouldn't do, no. But now we're out of sight. Just show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now, because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe,
Oh my Lord.
when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign, girl. Hit me, baby, one more time. Yeah, yeah. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Oh my God!
That was very good.
That was
fantastic.
so good.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
God.
I
I
love-
could listen to you sing all day.
I love
too.
hearing songs done in just a completely different style like
Man,
that.
you stopped that. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
No, my goodness.
Oh my God,
That's
that's awesome.
That's the first time I've been nervous to play in probably a
What?
decade. Yeah.
No.
Wow, thank you for
Absolutely.
doing that. And please give us your social media handles.
Absolutely.
Your biggest fan.
Yeah.
We're your new groupies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really good. That was really good.
Life is just crazy.
Oh my God.
Social media. Instagram, Leighton514, but I spell it like a jerk. It's Leighton.
Oh, that's
And
the
then-
only way I knew.
Yeah. I did
Well, in that
too.
case, you can just cut that out. No. Facebook is Leighton Fields Music. I'm on Bands in Town for all my shows. I post about all that. I think that's about it.
Well, that's awesome. And everyone, please listen to the next episode because we get to know Leighton a lot better, get to know him and what he's all about, his whole life, his unique story, and he'll sing some more.
Yeah,
So very
can't wait.
excited.
I
Thank you.
cannot wait.
Y'all
No.
just a bunch of sweethearts in here.
You're welcome.
I was
Oh,
talking
wait.
to you mainly. It's fine.
Thank you, everyone, for listening.
Thank you.